Bienvenidos. Welcome to my channel. My name is Heather. I'm here on this beautiful beach here in Lanzarote, here to take you through a morning hip opening yoga stretch. So let's begin. Okay, beautiful souls, let's begin in a butterfly pose. So bring the soles of your feet together, then allow your legs to open up wide. If they're not going far, that is fine. Just to allow yourself to experience whatever you're feeling in this moment, because during this flow, we're going to be doing some static holds, and we're also going to be incorporating a little bit of movement to really get that flexibility and mobility. So let's start with a bit of mobility. I just want you to flutter the legs up and down, just to start to create some space in your hips. You might hear some clicks, some clunks, and that is fine as long as there's no pain. We're not trying to force anything this morning. And then release. You can hold. You can stay upright in your butterfly, or you can fold over your feet as far as you can go. I like to hold on to my toes and press them together and then fold over and naturally round my spine. And as we're holding here, just start to check in with your thoughts, because if you're starting to think, oh, I'm not flexible, I can't do that, you're already starting to create some negative chatter today. So how about these affirmations instead? I am open, I am allowing more space into my life and in my body, and just really start to create some better thoughts for yourself for today. I think I'm allergic to the sand. And then start to roll up through your spine, inch by inch, and then place your hands beside you, or behind you, sorry. And then just allow your legs to come back. And we're gonna do a figure 4 stretch. So let's bring our left foot over onto the right knee, and you'll feel a really deep stretch. Now, if this is too much, just walk your foot out further in front of you. That's gonna help. Or if you're like, you know what, I want a bit more than that, please. Bring your foot closer towards your body, and even my body was like, ooh, that's nice. So we're gonna start with a bit of movement. Just literally roll on your bum, side to side, and you'll feel the stretch. And some people who are super flexible, or maybe want that today, can just literally go all the way and drop their feet over to one side, and then drop the other knee over to the other side. It's up to you. We'll just do that for a few more seconds, so just explore what your body needs. And then hold here. So holding your static stretch. Breathing into the parts of your body that might feel tight today and sore. And then release. So just lift that leg off, and then we'll switch sides. This time your right foot goes over your left knee. And same thing again, if you want less of a sensation, walk your foot further away from your body. The closer your foot is towards your body, you're gonna feel a lot more. So let's start with some movement here. You can sway side to side, or whatever your range of motion is today. This is also like a great massage for the hips and the glutes, because they're both connected. As is the lower back. If you have a tight lower back, you're gonna have tight hips, or you've got tight glutes. You're gonna have tight hips. So we're gonna be stretching everything today. And then hold in your static stretch and breathe. And then release. And then we're gonna come into a tabletop pose. We're just gonna do a couple rounds of cat and cow, because I find that actually helps to stretch the hips out as well. So tabletop pose, hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. A few rounds of cat and cow. Drop the belly, lift the gaze, push the shoulders back. And then round the spine, chin to chest. Engaging the core a little bit. And we'll just do that one more time. Drop the belly, lift the gaze. And then round the spine. And then bring your right foot in front of you. And we're gonna place our hands to the inside of the foot. It's more of a dragon lunge. Now, if you do have blocks, it can be good to come up onto blocks. but if not, sometimes it's nice to come onto fingertips or knuckles. And we're gonna just like pulse a little bit here. So you can pulse down, or sometimes I quite like to open the leg up and then bring it back. So if you wanna try that with me, open the leg and close. It's like a book. Open the book, close the book. And just play around with that. See what kind of motion your body needs. And then we are going to hold. You can hold in this lunge, or you can open up the leg, and some people can come down onto the forearms if you're feeling extra flexible today. Keep breathing and focus on your thoughts. I am open, I'm allowing more space. And then lift back up, bring your knee in towards you, and we're gonna go into a pigeon pose from here. So your right knee and right leg comes down, and your left leg is straight behind you. Now, I'm not very flexible in this pose, and that is fine. But if you can, you're trying to get a 90-degree angle with your right leg. If your hips don't touch the floor like mine, that is fine as well. As long as you're feeling a stretch in your hips, that's all that matters. And again, we are moving through these. So lift your body up so you're kind of straight, and just bring your arms behind you nice and straight. And then come down, fold over your leg. So your spine is still straight, and then lifting back up. We'll just do that a couple times. So this is really great for stretching out the hips. You can also do this on your fingertips as well. But I'm definitely feeling this in my hips, which is great. And it opens up your back as well. And then your next one, you just want to fold down and come onto forearms. You can still be on your fingertips upright. But we're just folding over for the static portion and breathing into the hips. Creating more space. And then lifting back up. And just coming out of this, you can straighten your right leg behind you before we repeat all that on the other side. So this time around, you want to bring your left foot to the top of the mat, and your hands are in between that leg. And we're going to start with that bit of mobility and movement. So again, you can move forward and back. Or if you want to join me, you can open up the leg, bring it back in, open up the leg, and bring it back in. We'll do a few more times that. Just seeing where the flexibility is today. Not pushing or forcing anything. And then your next one, just hold. So you can open up the leg with me and come down onto your forearms. Whatever one works with your body today. And then lift that leg back up into a pigeon pose this time. So just bring that foot over to the opposite side of the mat and drop it down. And make sure your right leg is straight behind you. You can lift up, and this time we're gonna lift our hands off if you're feeling comfortable, and then open up, push the shoulders back, your arms come back behind you, and then drop your belly down to the mat, core engage, and lift up. We'll just do that a couple more times. Lift up, and then fold down, and lift up, and fold down, and then you can stay down here for pigeon pose. And keep breathing into your hips. And then you can lift back up and come to take a seat. And we're just gonna close the bit of mobility this time. So we're gonna start with a deer pose. So you're gonna face whichever side of the mat you wanna be on. I'm facing towards my right leg, and both legs are at a 90-degree angle. So this is a deer pose. So just gonna hold this for a moment. You can come down onto your forearms as well in front of you, or stay upright. You're definitely gonna feel a really big stretch in both hips. Make sure to press this hip down as well, your opposite hip. And then lift back up, and then switch to the other side. So this time you're facing over your left leg. Right leg is behind you. Again, you can stay upright or come down onto your forearms. I actually find this a lot easier. I think it's because I'm on a hill. Does that make sense? And then after holding this one, we're gonna move between these two for a bit of mobility. So begin to lift up, and then we are gonna play around with this. So you're gonna drop your hips over to the right, so you're on your right hip, and then over to the left. So you're just rolling onto one hip and the other. You'll probably find that you move a lot here. Now, if you're struggling with this, please place your hands on the mat for extra support. Or if you want to lift your hands off, that's gonna be a little bit more challenging. Just do it a few more times. I'm already sliding off the mat. And one more time to the other side. And then come back onto your mat. I'm gonna finish how we started today. So come into your butterfly pose. Your feet are together and your hips are open. I just want you to check in for a moment as you're here. How does this feel? Maybe it feels a bit different. I definitely feel like my hips have opened a lot more. And then we are just gonna fold over the legs. You can use your forearms to push into the legs. Sometimes a bit of pressure is okay, as long as you're not hurting your body. And then lift up nice and slowly. Come into a cross-legged position or a seated position of your choice. Bring both arms out beside you, and then bring your hands up to the sky into prayer position, dropping your hands in front of your heart. And so you can set an intention for your day today. Perhaps it's, I am open to possibilities. Like, what are you open to? I'm open to love. I'm open to joy. And we bow forward to honor that intention and ourselves. Thank you so much. Thank you for practicing with me today for this hip opening morning stretch. If you enjoyed it, please do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so more people can practice alongside us as well. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you in another one.